Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Angela. I'm so glad you could join me. Today's video is a collection video, but this is not my typical Bath & Body Works collection video. It is in fact a makeup collection video. It has been years upon years since I have done a makeup collection video. It is what it is, but I'm actually really excited about this because I've been getting back into makeup since, I'm still having kids, but since I started having kids, because like in the beginning of having kids, I was really not wearing makeup at all. I found that it really helps me feel myself and feel me and stuff like that, so I really do my best to play with makeup when I can. And so like my makeup collection has gone through major changes, like fluctuations, ups and downs. When I got into makeup, it was 2015. I got into like YouTube makeup, like makeup YouTube. That was where I started with on things. That was what taught me how to use makeup and stuff like that. So, you know, I like went hard into it and I was spending all my money on high-end makeup and stuff like that. So when I do it on Bath & Body Works, it's really not like that crazy strange of a thing, because like I had done this with makeup well before I had a traumatic brain injury that affected so many things in my head. So I can't, it's just, it like amplified them and made them worse is really what my brain injury did. But I mean, that's really not the point. What the point is, we're gonna get into my makeup collection. I'm so excited for this. So yeah, there has been a major fluctuation in my collection. I can fit it all in one space like this, and I have everything all organized and neat like this. Also, we are down in my basement. You see my candles behind me. There's going to be background noises. I just can't have everything quiet down here. We don't have it. It's not a finished basement. It is not a finished basement. It's a functional, realistic basement. Sorry guys, not sorry, but it just is what it is. So we're just gonna make do. It's going to be the best that it's going to be. I am so excited to go into this and go through it. To be fair, I'm probably gonna declutter things at the end because I have everything all laid out here right now. I am just going as I see it. I'm gonna just pull it, or like at the end of filming everything, I'm gonna just pull the things that I want to declutter, because I've already seen some things that I'm going to declutter. Just things that have been around the longest that I necessarily didn't really realize that I had, but I saw when I pulled them out. So I also have, just like my Bath & Body Works, I have a backup collection for my makeup, so I need to go through that and put things in the not backup section. And that's, you know, I have a Alex 5 drawer that I purchased from IKEA so many moons ago. It was, I think, 2017 when I purchased that, when I had come back to Michigan and we'd moved into our own place, and I wasn't moving around quite as much because until then I just kept everything in my little makeup bags and stuff like that. But that's also not the point. To be honest, I feel like my collection's a little bit bigger than I need it to be right now. So there's going to be things that I'm going to be focusing in on, and things that I'm just going to be working on. Not necessarily project use it ups, but things that I'm going to be working on, especially now that I notice them. I'm going to keep a note in my head. Yeah, and my empties will be in my empties, so I will be accounting for them like I have been. But I really just want to get this done and get this through. I got this idea originally from Emily M. She does lots of videos. She does Bath & Body Works, but she does make makeup videos and stuff like that. So she was from my era of YouTube makeup YouTube. She was from my era of that, so I relate to her on a lot of things of that. And like, yeah, but okay, I have been rambling far too long. Let's go ahead and get into my makeup collection. We're gonna just hop over into each individual thing, and we're gonna talk about each group of things and all the products that I have. I'm gonna go in depth of what I have, I guess. Like, I'm gonna show the names and the colors and talk about it all, because that's what this is for. So if you're not into makeup, sorry, but I am, so I'm excited for this. So all right, let's get into my makeup collection for January. Well, it's not January anymore, but for 2025. Okay, so guys, this is what I have for eyeshadow palettes and face palettes. This is crazy impressive compared to what I've owned in the past. You wouldn't even believe. I'm gonna link in the description my old videos from long ago. They're a little embarrassing, but they are what they are. And it shows my collections from the past. So, yeah. We'll get started over here on the left. I have these Hourglass face palettes. I love these palettes. They come out with them at the holidays. I love them. Okay? They're fantastic. They're fantastic, but they're super reflective. These are wonderful. They have 2 blushes. Well, this one specifically has 2 blushes, a bronzer. It has a highlighter and one of their dim light powders, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, this is very reflective, but like I said, it's what it is. I love them. This other one, oh my goodness, is my very most favorite. This bad boy is definitely my favorite. I wish I could remember what year it's from, but I don't. It has 2 blushes right here. It's got a bronzer and a highlight. The highlight's too dark for me. I can't do that. This is my favorite thing in the whole entire world. It's like a, I don't know what they call it, but it's a, or like what you would refer to it as, but I put it on after like all of my makeup goes on. That's what I put it on. I guess they're just calling it a finishing powder on the back. What do I know, right? I don't know that they have this like in individual pans, and it is my most favorite in the whole entire world. I have so much use on it. I don't know that you're gonna be able to tell, but I do. It's my favorite. One of those bronzers work for me when I'm tan in the summertime, tan quote unquote, and the other one works for like spring and fall when I'm like getting less tan and getting more tan. I don't really have a good bronzer. Well, outside of recently, I didn't have a bronzer that was good for the winter time when I'm extremely pale, like Casper the freaking ghost. Okay, moving on. This Physicians Formula Butter Dream Team Face Palette. I had to get it. I think I've panned the butter bronzer in the past. Yeah, it has the darker butter bronzer. It's got the lighter butter bronzer. It's got 2 blushes, a finishing powder, essentially, and a highlight that is incredibly too dark for me. That's not the point. I got it, like I said, because I wanted the butter bronzer. And honestly, I got that on sale at Walmart one time, and that was the reason I got that instead of just the butter bronzer. But yeah, so it's the story on that. The smell on it is very strong. It smells like coconut. It's like incredibly strong, and younger me didn't care, but pregnant me can't hang with that. So it works for me when I'm super pale, but again, pregnant me can't hang with that. So that's what led me on my bronzer search, honestly. Moving over to here, I have my 2 eyeshadow palettes. Okay, this has a story time behind it. This Natasha Denona Sunset palette. I purchased this. It was on clearance after one Christmas time. The color story is really pretty. Super pretty. When I used it, okay, I just need to be honest here. I went through a time where I was like a makeup snob, quote unquote, and I liked what I liked, and I'm still that way. Even though I don't wear makeup that much, I still just like what I like. And I know what I like, and I don't want to try other things that I don't necessarily like. Okay, well, I've never tried Natasha Denona palettes before. Face products in general. I've never tried any of her products before. Okay, so like I said, I got this on clearance after one holiday was over. So I pulled the trigger and I got it, and I was incredibly disappointed. And I'm sorry if you love Natasha Denona, but like, I used to be an Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow person, and like anything less was not acceptable. And it just, I don't know. I don't know. But needless to say, this is 2 years old at this point. I barely used it. I used it honestly a few times in the beginning. Yeah, barely used it. When I started wearing makeup again, this last time after this third child, I purchased this eyeshadow palette, the Icy Nude by Huda Beauty. Now, I've had fantastic luck with Huda Beauty eyeshadows. This is also incredibly reflective. It's super pretty. I'll put a picture on the screen of what the eyeshadows look like. Super, super pretty. I have used the shimmers and the glitters. This is just my favorite palette overall. I just love it. 10 out of 10, zero regrets on that one. But these are my face and eyeshadow palettes that I have in my collection right now. Okay, now we're going to move on to the rest of the face. Hold, please. Okay, so after the eye and face palettes that I have one single lonely face primer. It is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer Hydrating Primer. This is like the updated packaging. The OG packaging was this packaging pictured here. However, this package that I'm holding right now is more recent. I enjoy this product. Like, it was fully marketed to be like a moisturizer and a face primer all in one. And like, yes, that is the case with primers, is really they're just a moisturizer. Okay, but you know, your girl doesn't have enough time in her life to use moisturizer like I did once upon a time. So maybe once upon a time I lived by the theory of, oh, if I use enough moisturizer, I don't need a primer. And yes, that is correct. However, I don't apparently use enough moisturizer. So I use this one before I put my makeup on and call it good. So I love it. When I run out of it, I totally purchase it again. I used one bottle up a long time ago, but like the OG bottle. But yeah, I love this product. Moving on. I have two official foundations. They are Too Faced foundations. They're both in the Born This Way. Their shades are Pearl and Snow. The lightest two shades that they have in the collection for colors, because I am super pasty pale and I need super pale foundations. But I've used this for years. This was always my favorite. Honestly, I don't use foundation right now, but yeah, this is what I have for foundation. Okay, moving on to this next one, this L'Oreal one. This is their new Lumi Le Glow tint. This is in their lightest shade, 100, because again, pasty pale. I've used this 3 times now, and the first time I kind of enjoyed it, but that's why I don't go off first impressions with makeup. I'm not gonna use this. I'm not gonna keep using this, I don't think. Maybe a few more times, but I'm gonna just repurchase the It Cosmetics CC Cream one because I like that way better. So yeah, that's kind of a fail, I guess, in my not so humble opinion. These two things are the only concealer products that I have in my collection. You know, I saw a reel for, well, I like saw half a second of a reel, and it said something about there's a trend on TikTok of getting rid of using the concealer, and like, I've been on that trend for years since I started having kids. So yeah, I officially do have a TikTok, but I don't use it. Like, I don't watch any TikToks, nor do I post anything on TikTok. So okay, we're not talking about that. We are talking about the concealers in my collection. What I have for a concealer is the NARS Creamy Radiant Creamy. This one. It officially is in the shade Affogato. NARS Creamy. Where is it at? Oh, right there. This is the Radiant Creamy Concealer. I love this concealer. I've loved it for years before this, and when I needed a concealer, well, I wanted a concealer again. That was the one I picked up. This is kind of a concealer. It's like, it's the Becca Smashbox. They collabed technically because Becca's not a brand anymore. Smashbox got the rights to the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. And the shade Fair Light is what this one is. When this came out originally, oh my goodness. When I tell you I loved it, because I only ever did like full glam, full beat looks every single day whenever I wore makeup, just for the shit of it. Well, it was perfect for that. You know, it was great when you're using full coverage stuff, but like I barely use full coverage, so I barely use it, but I like the product. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the product. But yeah, so this is my one primer, my foundation-ish things, and my concealer-ish things. Okay, we're gonna move on to my single bronzer, blushes, and highlights that I have. Okay, when I laid these out, I couldn't believe the few number of single items that I own right now. Like, I once upon a time had stacks and stacks of just single blushes and bronzers and highlighters and stuff like that. I was so surprised when I laid this out. I was like, wow, I've actually been doing good at not going overboard with that. Okay, but I have one single bronzer that's like not in a face palette. It's in these super extra shiny. You can see my candles behind it here. It's in the Hourglass packaging. This is their Ambient Lighting Bronzer, Nude Bronze Light. I am an Hourglass fan. I know they're pricey, but I love all their products. I cannot help myself. And if I'm going to spend money on makeup, I just buy this because I like this. So, yeah, this was my most recent purchase, though, for a makeup product. And I have zero regrets. I love this. This is perfect for my pale skin. For the winter time, not summertime. I probably won't be able to wear it in the summertime, but if you have any pigment to your skin, you're not going to be able to wear this. But if you're super pale like me, check it out if you like high-end makeup. But yeah, Nude Bronze Light. Okay, on to the next part of it. We have two single Hourglass blushes. These were also recent purchases for me. They are officially their Ambient Lighting Blush. This first one is in Sublime Flush. Now this one's the more corally one, but it's super pretty and it's super conducive again for pale skin. So there's that. And then this one, we have Dim Infusion. This is the lightest one, and it still shows up strong and bright on my skin, so yeah. But they're so pretty. I love Hourglass products in general. 10 out of 10. They are my pick at this point in my life, but okay, so I have two highlighters, and they're both from Anastasia Beverly Hills, which isn't a surprise to me. This first one is kind of an oldie, in my opinion. It's not, I'm not going to get rid of it, but like, it was a backup of mine. I didn't start using it until about a year ago, but it's the Amrezi collab highlight that they did. Oh my goodness. There we go. This freaking highlighter took the world by storm back in 16, whenever it came out. It is stunning. Stunning. Oh my gosh, I love this highlighter. I cannot get enough of it. It's intense. But yeah, 10 out of 10. Love that highlight. There's no name. It's the Amrezi collab one. And then this other one is more recent of a purchase. It is their Iced Out highlighter. I was hoping I was gonna love it as much as I do the Amrezi one. That just didn't happen. It's not that I don't like it. It's just like shifty. Like, do you see that? It's like shifty. 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 I don't know. It's pretty, but like, it's a little bit darker than my skin needed. When it shifts, when it does its little weird shift. So that one hasn't gotten nearly as much attention from me, but these are my single bronzer, blushes, and highlights that I have. Okay, next up is my face powders. We're gonna do pressed powders and then loose powders. Okay, so for the pressed powders, I get a little bit tan in the summertime, and I have to accommodate for that because I am so incredibly pale throughout the wintertime. Like the core of the wintertime, I get so pale. So you're going to see that reflected in the color choice options that I have here. But, so I really enjoy these Maybelline Fit Me pressed powders. Originally, when I first got into this, they had the matte and poreless in the blue, and then they had this set and smooth in the purple. But I don't understand, but they only make this one. They only make the matte and poreless. They don't make the set and smooth anymore, but I think this is the one that has like shimmer in it, so I guess it probably wasn't that popular. Regardless, yeah, you can still find the blue one in the store. So this one must be old, but it's also the darkest shade that I have in the Fit Me. It's in 240, which is like when I'm the most tan, which doesn't happen very often, but I need it for sometimes when you know. Yeah, we have 100, 110, 130, and then the 240. This one is my Charlotte Tilbury face powder. This is her Airbrush Flawless Finish setting powder. This is in the lightest shade, 1 Fair. I have used the snot out of this. For being in the lightest shade, it's not that light, guys, okay? So again, if you are super pale, it's not going to work for you unless you have a little bit of tan. Obviously, I used it and enjoyed it. It worked for me last summer when I did get tan, which is pathetic because this is my shade when I get tan. So yeah, that's pathetic, but like, look at that pan. You guys, look at that pan. That is so exciting. But I can't wear this until I get tan again, so that one's on hold. I have this CoverGirl Simply Ageless Pressed Powder. It's in the shade 200, I think. Yeah, 200 Fair Ivory. Sorry, glares. The rest of these are all for when I'm not tan. This is my only one for when I'm super tan. This Maybelline Super Stay is in the shade 112. I have L'Oreal Infallible in the shade 100 and Physicians Formula Healthy Powder. This is in their shade L43, whatever that means. But yeah, okay, so those are my pressed powders. And like I said, I have to have so many because my shade fluctuates when I get a little tan, and like I notice it. I can't do it. But okay, yeah. So moving on to the loose powders. I have a total of 5 loose powders that I have in use right now. Of course, back to the Maybelline Fit Me loose finishing powders. I like the Maybelline Fit Me line. It works for my skin and it's economical. So yeah, 10 out of 10 on that one. But going through my makeup, I realized I have 2 in the lightest shade 5 Fair and 2 in the next shade 10 Fair Light. I don't know how or why I ended up opening 2. That annoys me heavily. This one is almost gone in the 10, but I use this one in the summertime. But I don't know. I feel like I was more into having super light under eyes years ago, but that is not, I don't know, it's fine. I have it, I use it, I enjoy it. I will get through them as I get through them. I will show you my backup collection when we're done to talk about that further. However, okay, so this one, moving on, is the Hourglass Veil Translucent, what is it? Veil Translucent Setting Powder. So obviously there's no color, or no name color to it, but this one, honestly, I took the sifter out of. Like, it comes with this little sifter. This is like what it looks like on the inside when you get it. However, there was a little bit more than this in here when I took the sifter off. And, like, I couldn't get anything out with the sifter at all. So, like, I would have thrown all of that away. But, like, I had to pry it. I actually had to look up how to get it off. Reddit told me. But this is my favorite loose setting powder. If I'm doing something or, like, going somewhere or something like that, I like to use this one. If I'm just feeling like I want to be on a budget, I like to use this one. But when it comes down to it, I really just like my Hourglass powders. But, okay, so these are the loose powders that I have. We're going to move on to the setting sprays that I have. Alright, so for setting sprays, I have done my very best to not purchase them. I had a whole bunch at one point in time, and then all I used was this Urban Decay all-nighter, because honestly, if I'm looking for a quality setting spray that actually makes my makeup last longer, that one is the one that's going to do it for me. So, Urban Decay all-nighter has been my favorite. I think it's during the 21 Days of Beauty or something. During holidays and events at Bath & Body Works, they always come out with this XL size. I have to do it. I always have to do it. Like, when I'm in need of a replenishment for my setting spray, I definitely pick up the XL one. It's still mostly full. I mean, it's like close to halfway, but not quite, so it's got a while left in my collection. This one is a mini of the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish setting spray, like the travel size or whatever you want to call it. I am right about here on the bottle when you level it out, so I have a little bit left on that, and then that will be gone and moved out of my collection. I like it. Do I think it is the most efficient at keeping my makeup lasting super long? No. Does it do a little bit for me and make me feel fancy and smells like fancy old lady makeup? And I like that, and I enjoy the fact that it smells good for a second and then it's gone, you know, and like it doesn't stick with me. So, that being said, I don't believe I'm going to buy it again when I finish it up, because I will be finishing it up soon. Again, I do like it. I just don't think it's the most efficient at the whole longevity of makeup thing. And that's like the point of setting sprays. That's why I use my setting sprays. So, it was just an experiment in the end. But, yeah, I don't know. That's that on that. This one is the Smashbox Photo Finish Endurance Breathable Setting Spray. I did definitely get this one from Influencer. I was never impressed with the sprayer on it. It like comes out in this weird shape, and I'm just not here for the whole shape of it. It's just it's like designed that way so that you spray it in an X or something. I don't know. It came with some promotional thing, and it told me all about how I'm supposed to use it. And long story long, I get annoyed by having to spray it how they want to spray it. And I can't just do it how I want to. So, yeah. This is my setting sprays. On to my single eyeshadows and eyeshadow sticks. Alrighty, so I have one lonely single eyeshadow. It is this ColourPop. What is it? Frog Super Shock Shadow. There is some extra light here on my floor because the time of day I am doing this. There are windows outside from the basement and the light is coming in right where my hand is, as you see. So that's lovely. That's lovely. Yeah, so the shade Frog. I picked this one up from Target. We were in the store buying things that we, I'm sure, didn't need. There's a shift to this one, and I should have known better based on the name, because like you'd think it's just pink, but it's not just pink. Like when you just glance at it in the packaging in the store, kind of looks just pink, but when you actually swatch it, it has a shift to it. I am not someone who likes shifty makeup, so I mean, I know some people do, and I mean, if it works on your skin tone, that's fabulous. I am so pale, the color that it shifts to becomes the only color that you see. So, you know, like the highlighter that I showed, it's icy white, but it shifts to the like blue green. It's like, it just looks like I have blue green highlighter on. Like, and I see some people wear shifty colored stuff and it literally looks great, and when they like get in the right light, you see that shifty sheen and it looks fabulous, and I think it looks so good. But when I put it on me, I look like a frog, not anything good. So yeah, like a literal frog. So okay, moving on. These are my eyeshadow sticks that I have in my collection. Honestly, I've never been an eyeshadow stick person. However, Influencer decided to send me these two IT Cosmetics Superhero No Tug Shadow Sticks. Let's see the colors. They're pretty. They're okay. I barely use eyeshadow sticks, but they're still good. And, you know, Influencer sent me these also. They're from Laura Mercier. The official name on these are Caviar Stick Eye Color. I have one in Forbidden Rose, and the other one is in Kiss from a Rose. They are pretty, and if I had to pick between the Laura Mercier and the IT Cosmetics, I would pick the Laura Mercier. Whatever that means. This is a mini. I can't see. I can't read that far away. I'm old and blind. Au Naturel. This is a mini. I think I received this. It was a point perk option online one time at Sephora. That's where I got that from. But yeah, these four were from Influencer, but in the past, Influencer sent me a lot of things. They don't anymore, though. Like, I don't know why they were sending me so much for so long, and then they just stopped. So, I don't know. Anyways, okay, so moving on. This was another thing I received from Influencer. It's this Benefit Cosmetics Brow Microfilling Pen. This is in the shade Light Brown. It's this weird, like, triple tip thing. I don't know. It was new. Came out. I was sent it. It's still works. Like, it still leaves color on my brows and my hands and stuff. So, like, yeah. This was also from Influencers, from Rimmel. It's a drugstore. This is the Revlon. Not Rimmel. Revlon, sorry. It's a Color Stay Micro Brow Pencil. This is in the shade Medium Brown. I have very few opinions on that. These two things were also sent to me from Influencer. I don't know. Like I said, they sent me a lot of stuff once upon a time. They're from Charlotte Tilbury. The one is called the Brow Lift. It's a brow pencil. Natural Brown. That's this guy. And the other one is the Brow Cheat. The Micro Precision Brow Pencil. Natural Brown again. They are okay. I don't even remember the... Oh, yeah, this one had, like, the weird tip to it. And the other one was, like, a normal brow pencil. I don't honestly do anything with my brows on an average basis. That being said, I'm missing some things. I'm missing some brow gels. I will have to go look for those. But yeah, so what I was going to say is I don't use much more than brow gel on my brows because I have such thick bushy brows. Your girl doesn't need to make them darker. Like, we can see them. If anything, I'll pluck them, make them thinner. But yeah, that's not the point. These are my brow powder. Oh, here's my last one. This one I actually purchased on my own. This is Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Brow Wiz. It's in the shade Soft Brown. That one, yeah, I definitely totally purchased that one. It was during 21 Days of Beauty. They had a sale on it like they always did in the past. But, yeah, okay, so now these are all my brow pencils. I will touch on the one eyeliner that I have. This is the Maybelline Master Precise Skinny Gel Pencil. This is in the shade Black. I like this one for my upper lash line, like my waterline. That's like a habit I got into a long time ago with makeup, and I still like the way it looks. So I still like the way it looks. This was a recent purchase for me because I got a bug up my butt about it, and I was like, I want that again. So yeah, I purchased that. Okay, so now I need to go try and find the brow gels that I have because they totally sent me brow gels with this from the Charlotte Tilbury. There is definitely, I think, one or possibly two brow gels. And I definitely use those more than this. The actual pencils. So, hold please. I'll be back. Okay, so this is a perfect example of my life isn't as put together as I would like it to be. And I have toddlers. Okay. So, I found the, like I said, Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Brows Micro Precision Tinted Brow Gel in the shade... Where you at? Tell me your shade. Soft brown. I got this bad boy, so it's a tinted one. I also received, I know I received the clear brow gel that she has. However, I don't know where it is right now. My toddlers only know, I'm sure. It's fine. It's fine. So we'll add that to my little collection right there. So yeah, that's that. We are now going to move on down to my mascaras. Okay, so this is my mascara collection right now that like I have open that I'm actively using, so to speak. This first one, this Milk Makeup Kush mascara, is one of my favorite mascaras. I enjoy it. I do not like the waterproof version. The waterproof version flakes and is not waterproof. So if you want to try this, do not try the waterproof. That's what I have to say about that. This Benefit Bad Gal Bang mascara is not for my top lashes, my upper lashes. I use this exclusively for my lower lashes if I wear mascara on my lower lashes. So, yeah, there's that. That's that. I don't have anything else to say about that. This is a sample I got from a Sephora, whatever purchase. I don't remember. I got a sample for something. It's the Lancome Seals Booster XL. I think this is a primer. I've never used it. I don't. I'm a little uninterested in it, but it just, I don't need an extra. I'm not looking. Yeah, that's what I have to say about that. This little mini from Anastasia Beverly Hills, it is their, oh my gosh, am I going to be able to read this? The Lash Brag Volumizing Mascara. I just read the bottom of this. You're welcome. I have used up so many samples of this. I was getting it with, I don't know, things that I purchased on Ulta. They were having it all the time. So, yeah. That was what I did when it like first came out. I've never opened this one, so I like literally had like 6 of them in my collection at one point in time, but yeah, this is what I have left for mascaras. The next thing we're going to move on to is my sunscreens. And yes, I am including them in my makeup collection because that just is what we're doing. Okay? Okay. Now, this is really in the shadow from the light from my outside window. It's okay. We're looking past that. So these are the sunscreens that I use. I really enjoy Supergoop sunscreens. I use them for my kids too and for myself, and like that's why I go for them, because I know they're safe for my kids too. So the first one that I have here is this Play one. It's like their generic sunscreen, you know. And this is their glow screen body. So it's a glowy one. This is just their glow screen. I think this is for the face because it's tinted. The shade of it says Golden Hour, which is going to be way too, I'm sure, golden for my incredibly pale skin. That's not the point. Not the point. This was a sample I had received from Sephora as an option at one point in time. And then this one, I kind of impulse bought at the end of the summer last year. I kind of don't know why. It's this sunny screen, but it's specifically marketed towards kids and babies because it's got like the spray on it. Honestly, my kids don't have a problem with me putting the regular Play one on. They don't they don't give me problems putting sunscreen on them, like rubbing it on their face, their body. So it was an impulse purchase that I probably could have done without, but I have it in my collection now. So these are my sunscreens that are in my collection that aren't expired right now. Okay, what we're going to move over to is my lip products that I have in my collection. Okay, so lip products. It's pathetic. I used to have so many lip products, but it's okay. This Maybelline Lifter Gloss is in the shade 12 Opal. I've never even used it. I impulse bought a bunch of the colors when they first came out. Yeah, this was also an impulse buy. It's the e.l.f. Hydrating Core Lip Shine in the shade Joyful. It's the one that has this little heart thing in the middle. That's like, I don't know. It weirds me out, the concept of it, and like I've never used it because I don't know. I just haven't, so yeah. It's in my collection. It's not that old, but okay, this Honey Butter Lip Balm is actually one of 2. The other one is in my purse, and I'm just not getting that out right now. So that just is what it is. That's from Pharmacy. I love the Honey Butter Lip Balm. Favorite. Total favorite. So another 2 things from Influencer. These things from Too Faced. This is the Lady Bold lipstick. I don't know. It's a pigment lipstick. I don't know. Comeback Queen is the shade. I've never used it. It came with this lip liner. Also, never used it. It just kind of is what it is. I don't know. It just is what it is. This is one of my favorite products. It's from NARS. It's the Afterglow Lip Balm in the shade Orgasm. I love this one. I've had it multiple times over the last multiple years. Okay, moving down to here. These are from Bath & Body Works. They're their new lip oils with the Toasted Cherry Donut and the Forever Sweet. I've honestly never used them. I definitely impulse bought them, and I don't know. It just is what it is. They smell good. They're okay. I'm not mad that I have them in my collection. A lip oil that I really enjoy is this one from Summer Fridays. This is in the shade Pink Cloud. I love the texture of it. I am so weird about textures of products, which is why I really stray away from lip glosses, because I'm so weird on textures of products. So what I most enjoy, I think, are these lip balms. The Laneige one is a different brand, but I enjoy it just as much. This is in the berry shade. It's the lip glowy balm from them. I've had multiple colors, but this is the only one I've kept. Yeah, I have 3 of these Summer Fridays lip butter balms. I love them the most for sure. I have the birthday cake, the pink sugar, and this is the vanilla, just regular vanilla. The vanilla one's not my favorite. The birthday cake and the pink sugar. Well, first it was the pink sugar that I fell in love with, and then the birthday cake. But yeah, so that's all the lip products that I have that I'm like using. I also have this little bin of just chapsticks. It's Burt's Bees chapsticks. There's some chapstick brand Total Hydration chapstick, and I have some Carmex. We're gonna address that in a little while, but that's technically a lip product, so. But yeah, this is like the lip product section of things. What I'm gonna move on to is my brushes, because I definitely laid out all my brushes. Some of them are dirty still, so nobody's gonna judge me, but I do clean them. They're just not, I just didn't clean them for this video. But like I said, I did lay them out, and I'm going to go through them because I love my makeup brushes, and I have like curated my little collection of them and bought what I bought for reasons and stuff. So like, I'm going to go through them. So, all right. Yeah. Up next is my brushes. Okay. So face brushes. These are like my I have my eye brushes a little bit lower. We'll get into those in a minute, but we're going to get through the face brushes first. I have to reorganize my backups into my regular collection and such because I haven't done that in so long. Regardless, I also haven't opened some things. Like this is the IT Cosmetics Airbrush Dual End Flawless Complexion Brush. The full coverage base brush and the precision brush. It's dual ended. I haven't opened it because I don't want to get either end gross. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have bought it, but it's okay. I got it on a deal somewhere at some point. Again, like I said, my life gets a little bit wild, and sometimes things walk away or disappear. Because again, I have toddlers, and my life, it just is what it is. So I end up purchasing extras of things in that air, and long story long, I used to have so many more makeup brushes than this. I have decluttered so many. Like I had so many. I can't even express it, but so this IT Cosmetics, it's the Airbrush Blurring Concealer. This was one I bought a backup of because I couldn't find this one because my kids were playing with it, and then I found it, but yeah. So then these are Real Techniques. They all say something different. Dark spot correcting, redness correcting, dark area correcting, and sallowness correcting. I don't use them for any of them. They're supposed to be concealer brushes, and I do use one of them for concealer brushes for like spot concealing. The rest of them are just for whatever I need them for. So yeah, and they're no different between them. They just all came in a set, and they're supposed to be for like color correcting is what they were marketed at. But again, that's not what I use them for. Moving on. So from Real Techniques, we have this contour brush, but I totally use it for setting powder for my eyes. When I use concealer under my eyes, that's what I use to set the concealer. This brush is from Too Faced. It's their highlight brush. They had a whole highlighter, a diamond collection when I worked there, and that was when I purchased that, because I purchased the highlighter also. But yeah, and then I had all of these from Wet n Wild from this collection, but this one specifically, I don't know the name of it, but I use it for highlighter. This is the Fenty Beauty face brush. I purchased this when I bought her cream bronzers. That was why I purchased that. I don't have any of those anymore, obviously, but this is a Real Techniques brush. I actually have the other one in this too, right here. But yeah, 301. I use that for blush. This Real Techniques brush, 100. I rarely use this one. This IT Cosmetics Superstar Flawless Foundation Brush. It is star shaped. I thought that was so cool when I bought it. I was in love because the original ones that I loved were these heart brushes. They're the Love is the foundation brush that they came out with. Gosh, I don't even remember the first year they came out with it. I want to say 2017, possibly 2016. Yeah, where it's got a heart-shaped head. It's so cute. I love it. I love the head on it. It works fabulously for foundation. So when the star one came out, I was like, oh my gosh, this one's going to be perfect, right? Wrong. It is not the same head as the heart ones at all. So if you're looking for the heart ones, you're not going to get it in the Superstar one. But like for different products, they're good. But yeah, that's that on that. But okay, moving down to here. Like I said, this is the mate to that other brush. This is the IT Cosmetics Airbrush Full Coverage Complexion Brush. Foundation, essentially. These two were from a set. I do have the 3 eye brushes that came in the set, but these are technically the blush and the foundation brush. I use this one for foundation, yes, but this one I use for contour and bronzer. I don't contour anymore, but yeah, that's what, yeah. Okay, this is another set of IT Cosmetics brushes again. I picked these up, both of these sets, when I was working at Ulta back then. But, so yeah, this purple and green one were from, like, the Gemstone collection. They came with little bracelets and everything. It was, like, this whole thing. This is the contour. I love that one. This is the powder. This Real Techniques brush is the Instapop face brush. They came out with this whole line. That's the only one I purchased, but yeah, I use that for like pressed powder. And then these two came in a set right after Christmas time, and they had them on sale at Ulta. I got them for, I don't know, like $20. So this is a face foundation, and that's technically a blush brush, and I do use it for blush. But yeah, these are all of my face brushes that I have. So we're gonna move down to the eyeshadow brushes that I have in my collection. So yeah, that's next. Okay, so the final little group of my face brushes that I have here are my eyeshadow brushes. Again, I've had so many in the past. This is just what I have right now. Just what I have right now. When this whole collection came out from Wet n Wild, I picked up every single brush. Every single one. Multiple of some. It's so worn out. You can barely even see the name. So these 3 came in a set. I don't remember the name of the set, but this is the all over shadow, the crease, and the smudger. Love those. Love IT Cosmetics brushes in general. This is from an Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. Probably the Soft Glam or the Modern Renaissance or any of those. The Sultry. I literally had all of the Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes from like 2016 to 2018. But regardless, yeah, this was one that they came out with there in those palettes. These 3 brushes came with this set. These face brushes. So it's a set of 5. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's going to be the all over shadow, the crease, and the smudger. IT Cosmetics again. So these 2 are also the rest, yeah, they're IT Cosmetics. Well, not the rest, but these 2 right here are IT Cosmetics. They came in a back to school set, and I ended up getting them on clearance after the holidays from when I was working at Ulta, because I started, yeah, yeah. So that was another purchase from when I was working there. It came with a small one like this, but I don't know where it is. That's, again, only my toddlers know, but yeah, it's the smudger and the all over shadow. No, it didn't come with the little one. It came with one like this, a blending crease brush. I don't know where that one is, but yes, I do. My kid painted with it. He painted with my pulled out wax after I blew the candle out. He went over and he stuck it in the wax and painted on our mirror in our bedroom. That was what happened with that. Now I remember. Okay. So yes, these are from IT Cosmetics also. They're individual ones that I purchased. This one is the Airbrush Blending Crease Brush. This is my favorite. Favorite. I like their crease brushes in general. This one's also a favorite. Oh, but I can't even read the name on it. Oh, it is from IT Cosmetics, but you literally can't even read the name on it anymore. I can see right here where it said IT Cosmetics right there. But, I don't know. I use it for my lower lash line, but okay. And then these two are what are they? Eyebrow Duo Brushes. Yep, I just purchased them at different times. I think one was like $3 and one was like $4. I don't know the reason behind it. Something about collections or something. I don't know. I don't pay that much attention to e.l.f., but it's not a product I was trying to spend a bunch of money on. So I was okay with getting those for cheap prices, but these are my eyeshadow brushes that I have in my collection right now before I declutter anything. Okay, before I declutter anything for real, we're going to go through my backup collection. I used to have a whole entire makeup drawer full of just brand new backup things waiting to be used. This is the remnants of that. And my like spillover from what I've kept doing and kept collecting as I've been still into makeup and stuff. So yeah, let's get on up to my backup collection of things. Okay, the backup collection. It's always shameful, like with my Bath and Body Works stuff, and I just see it's like it's not just Bath and Body Works I have a backup of. It's makeup too. I am who I am, guys. It is what it is. So, as I said, I'm going to go through this, and then after going through this little group here, I'm actually going to go through everything, decide what I want to declutter, and I'm going to put it all into a pile, and then I'm going to show you what I'm decluttering and why. So, let's just do this, and I will reorganize my backups into my regular collection after all of this is done, and we will assess what my actual backup collection looks like at this point. But okay, starting up here, this is the exact same Hourglass palette that I have over there that has the long pan, the setting powder. Yeah. Yes, it is pricey. However, I did pick this one up from, it was after Christmas time. They run sales on their holiday palettes that they run for full price during like Christmas and holiday. After holidays, they run sales on them eventually. So that was where I got this one. But yeah, this Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder is my backup for the one that's almost gone over there. This Benefit little, it's a tuna can, technically. So I purchased, it was a little set, and it was on sale. It was cheaper than me getting just one mascara. So I got this Fan Fest and that Bad Gal Bang, because I was actually looking for the Bad Gal Bang. And when I searched for that one, I found this little set, like I said, for the same price as just one, because there was some sale or something. So that's what that is, and I just keep the tin because it's cute. And then shamefully over here, I have a 5 and a 10 in the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. Fair and Fair Light. Yes, I do have 2 of each of those currently in use. I'm scratching my head, guys, trust me. But, okay, over to here, I have this Electric Violet Swirl Beauty Blender. I, once upon a time, only ever used beauty blenders for my foundation. Only. And then when they came out with the Heart Foundation brushes, I was like, perhaps I should get myself accustomed to that. And then I did that, and then it turns out I like the brushes better because it's less maintenance. And less things I have to do before I can do my makeup at this point in my life. So, I just decluttered my sponges that I had sitting up there that were just all dusty and dirty and gross, and I don't feel like dealing with cleaning them. So this is technically not a backup, but I don't really use sponges. Same with this one. This is Real Techniques. It's from, it used to be new. This was from years ago. It's the Brush Crush. The Cosmic Sponge. It actually was in this collection. I have another brush in this collection. It's just upstairs somewhere. I don't know where. But yeah, this came in that collection. I used one of these long ago. I couldn't even tell you how long ago or when. But this is technically not a backup, but yeah, I don't even have an active sponge in use right now, but moving on. Okay, this Super Goop is a lip sunscreen, the Unseen Broad Spectrum Sunscreen. But it's a lip balm. So, there's that. This is Pharmacy Honey Butter Lip Balm. That's a backup, unused, brand new. These have not been taken out of their plastic packagings. These are all brand new. So, more lip products that I have purchased and hoarded onto. Summer Fridays, the Lip Butter Balm. We have a pink sugar, and we have a birthday cake. Originally, they came out, they only had the few colors, and I fell in love with the pink sugar, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm using it so much, I need a backup. So I purchased that backup. The birthday cake one came out a little while after that, and I fell even more in love with the birthday cake one. That one's even more my color. So then, this year, they re-released it right after the Christmas time holidays, so I, of course, needed a backup. So, there's that. I'm clearly still not cured on that whole thing, but okay, this was what I said. It's the IT Cosmetics Airbrush Blurring Concealer Brush. I do have this one, which is the exact same brush. However, again, my kids had misplaced it for a while, and I didn't know where it was, so I bought another one, and then by the time I bought this one and it showed up at my house, I found this one. So, that's what it is. Okay, the IT Cosmetics Superstar Foundation Brush. Yes, I do have one already opened. Again, I fell in love with the fact that it was a star shape, and I was obsessed with buying makeup back then, and I had no self-control, and I was like, okay, we're just doing it. So I have a backup of that, technically. And then we're gonna scratch our heads here on the IT Cosmetics Love is the Foundation brushes. Like I said, they come out with them in the beginning of the year, every year. And, you know, they've been doing it for a long time, and I've been buying them for a long time. Because I have this one, it's got the little things in the bottom. So that one's probably my favorite. And then these ones are more plain and simple. They're more, I think this is last year's, or it's the most recent one, whichever year it is. But I have so many. When I finally decluttered one in this last year, I was like, I'm just doing it because this is why. I have 2 that I'm using, quote unquote, and then 3 in my backup collection. So that just kind of is what it is. But yeah, this is my backup collection for my makeup. I really need to stop being like I am. I'm not anything like I used to be with makeup, but it's okay. So moving on, what we're going to do now is I'm going to go through and I'm going to pick what I'm going to declutter. I'm going to take everything else out of here and not have it in front of the camera, and I will be showing you just what I am decluttering. So that's next. Okay, you guys, this is what I'm decluttering. Nothing fancy, nothing insane, but it's what I'm decluttering. I'm gonna declutter this Lumi Le Glow tint in the lightest shade 100. I was hoping I was gonna like it, and I really just don't. Yeah, so in hindsight, I'm just gonna get rid of it. And that's how I feel about this one also. I know I don't enjoy it, so we're just gonna find a new home for it. Yeah, and then these 2 brushes I'm getting rid of. My Wet n Wild one that's super old from 2015, and this Anastasia Beverly Hills one they give you free in a palette. The thing I messed up right here is that Revlon brow pencil I got from Influencer. I am decluttering that. I'm also decluttering my Seals Booster XL primer from Lancome. Haven't used it. I've had it for so long and I'm just overlooking at it. These two things from Influencer I am decluttering just because I don't use those products specifically. The Maybelline Lifter Gloss is going. The e.l.f. with a little heart in the middle, that's going. And then all of these chapsticks are going. These are open. These are not. These are not. These have been used, but I'm just going to be decluttering them. I'm just done with it, done with it, done with it. So this is what I'm decluttering, and this is my official makeup collection as it sits right now for 2025. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope everybody has a great day, and if you love makeup too, you should let me know what your favorite product is, what brand it is, and what it is. So, alright, cool. Thank you so much. I hope everybody has a great day. Until next time.